everybody to another episode of Makayla Loves Gymnastics. How are you wonderful people doing? It is Wednesday. It is August. Lord forgive me. It is October 12th, 2022. And for those who don't know, the Italian Nationals started today. And that is what we are up here talking about. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Thank you for everybody who's been tuning in to the Twitch account when we do We Love Gymnastics. I appreciate it so much. Thank you, everybody who's been tuning in to the Twitter account. I appreciate it so much. So yes, hey, boo, how are you doing? Thank you for tuning in. Hey, everybody, we have a big competition to talk about. One of the top teams has their current world national championships going on, and I think from qualifications, we all can tell who's gonna be on this Italian national team. Hey, Tiki. Hey, everybody. I love you all so much. Thank you all for tuning in. So let's start with what I'm most scared for the Italians. I'm most terrified for them is that damn bar combo that they refuse to take out of most of their gymnast routine. I'm pretty sure most of these girls can learn a Jaeger height or straddle and replace this damn inverted giant full turn that they are trying to do. I love you too, baby. Thank you for tuning in. I know they can find some other forward skill, whether it's a Weiler Kip half. I don't know, because I get it. They're trying to fulfill two requirements at the same time. They're trying to fulfill their forward skill and they're trying to fulfill their full term requirement. But the two main girls that do this combination, which is I know it's Alice D'Amata, Alice and Georgia. I mean, and they're gonna do bars and qualification team finals, and y'all hope to send both of those girls to the finals on bars. It's like, don't y'all understand Italy? Like y'all could be that girl if y'all just change that skill combination around. Like y'all have such a great skill set already. Y'all have so many skills that you all can do. But that turn, like you walking around, and you know what? I get it because so far in no competitions y'all been through, the judges have never been hammering y'all on that damn combination like they should. Every competition I see y'all getting 14 eights and 15s on bars, and I'm just like, did they just not see her just walk to the other side of the high bar and handstand, turn? She turned across the bar into this dismount. Like, am I the only one who notices this? Because everybody else seems to be oblivious to this obvious error, this obvious deduction in all of these routines. So that's the first thing that I'm most terrified for the Italians is that damn turn combination. I just don't see. I see that at this World Championships, that turn combination is going to keep them off the medal podium. That's just my prediction. Speaking of pirouettes and turns, my second thing that I'm terrified for the Italians from watching day one of their national championships is their turns. Now, somebody said on Twitter, and I absolutely agree that the Italians absolutely have the best minimal turns in the world. I mean, they are spectacular, but the rest of their turns on floor are scary. Let's talk about the first one. These wolf turns, doubles and triples. Oh my gosh. Like it is so frustrating to see you girls fall out of these wolf turns and thinking that y'all are gonna get credit for them. And it's so frustrating to see that almost every single Italian girl that I saw fell out of A their wolf turn and B their double L turn, but the Italian judges seem to have still given them full credit these things. And it's just it builds an unrealistic goal or expectation because I don't think at Worlds they're going to be this forgiving. And like you're falling out of two turns on floor, that's a point. You might that's almost the same as a fall. And then people are going to be like, where are these low Italian scores because they're falling out of these turns? They're trying this double L turn to this double term for this extra tenth of a point, but you're losing like 5/10 of a point because A, you're falling out of the double L turn, and B, that double turn isn't fully rotated because you just started the double turn from wherever you stopped the double L turn. Like, I'm terrified for these two things for the damn Italian team. And C, I think I'm scared for this for every team. What I think the Italians, I've said this earlier, the Italians look worn out. They don't look shaky, they just look worn out. Like the Italians have literally been competing since Jestolo. Y'all remember that competition way back in March? The Italians haven't had a break since Jestolo. So they've been competing, and that's why, you know, they lose so many of their top gymnasts to injuries because they compete so much, which isn't a bad thing. Competing your girls isn't a bad thing. I believe in competing your girls. I also believe in like not giving them like major assignments like every like it the Italian girls have had at least two major assignments every month since just below. Like that's a lot. And they're just now doing their national championships now after all of this time. Like that's a whole lot. A whole lot. But part three is, oh, and hey, Alexis, how are you doing, baby girl? I am terrified for the Italians as a whole on Beam. Beam is going to be the make it or break it event at this World Championship. It's like whichever team can put up three girls who aren't going to fall on Beam is going to be your world champion. I actually think Beam is the Italians' strongest event. It's just it's Beam. Like everybody could fall. Like now, let's talk about some things I want to highlight that just happened at the qualifications at the Italian Nationals. Just three things. One, Georgia Vila looks great again. I hope however they're pacing her, I hope she can keep up that pace. I know she's the reason why all these girls try to do all the Milmo turn, the Wolf turn, and the double L turn, but because Georgia can do them and she does them well. It's just I don't know if Georgia is going to be able to get her level of difficulty back before Worlds. Worlds is just in like 2 weeks, so I'm assuming her first class routine is going to be the routine that we saw here, and I'm assuming she's not just going to bust out a double twist of Yurchenko between then and now. So I could be wrong. She could have a double twist of Yurchenko in the works. I could be wrong. I want to talk about Martina Margio. I know I'm not saying this right. I like her doing a double layout as her opening pass on floor instead of her whip to a full twisting double pipe. I know everybody loved the whip to a full twisting double pipe, but the double layout just seems like a more consistent pass for her. Seems like she doesn't look like she's gonna fly out of bounds when she does that pass versus her combo pass into her full twisting double pipe. So I think Asia D'Amato looks like the Italian's strongest all around her. And she did a beam routine here. I think she would be their highest place. I mean, I think Georgia naturally, hell, if Georgia do everything that she's capable of, Georgia could win the damn world championship. It's just Georgia is I don't know, it's just always hurt, going through growth spells, but I hope one day we get to see the best from Georgia Villa. My predictions from this for this Italian world team, I think it's going to be Alice, Georgia, Martina, Mal- Malena, and Veronica. I'm sorry if I'm not pronouncing any of those names correctly. I think those are going to be the five girls from the Italian team who's going to make this world championship. I think vault is going to be. I'm just doing team finals. I think the three vaulters they're going to use is going to be Alice's Yurchenko double, Martina's 1.5, and Veronica's 1.5. I think for bars they're going to use Alice, Georgia, Martina. I think those are the three girls they're going to use for beam as well. And 9 times out of 10, those are going to be the three girls they're going to use for floor two. So I think a lot of teams at this World Championships is just going to use three girls for most of their event. So we're going to see how this is going to plays out. Thank you guys for tuning in to this brief episode of Makayla Loves Gymnastics. I'm not sure if me and Addis is going to do a full breakdown of this, but I'm going to try to get him to do it. And thank you, everybody, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye.